look at here, the ducks came out of the pond and back they go. Just exploring, checking it out, seeing what's up here. We're finally cleaning out the trash, covered with weeds, and taking it to the dump. Yay. There it is, loaded up and ready to go. Sounds like we might have some rain coming. Okay, here's my Jewelweed ice cubes. These have the pulp in them, and these have a little, but not much. And I'm gonna put those up. Isn't that pretty? Jewelweed ice cubes. There is one clarification I wanna make. When I was putting the Jewelweed mixture into the jars, I packed them a little too tight. So I took half of that out and put them in more jars, and I ended up getting actually 4. So you want that liquid, excuse me, which I use apple cider vinegar. You want that to be able to flow through it, and you're gonna shake it once a day. So if you're making that, don't pack it in real tight, maybe just halfway in the jars, and then you will be good to go. So it's a good thing I have Jewelweed, because I went out to our mailbox where there's tons of poison ivy growing, and just as being proactive, I put some salve on me just to be sure I didn't touch it, but you know, I was killing it. And the poison ivy and oak all around our mailbox. So anyway, I wanted to make that clarification. Hope you all try this. It's an amazing, amazing herb. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jan with Simply Jan Homestead. Today I'm making the boss chicken Alfredo, and I just thought I'd show you how I do it. So let's go. Here's the ingredients. It calls for 2 cups of Parmesan Romano cheese. I use 1 cup and 3/4. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and a 16 ounces, 2 cups. 2 egg yolks, 4 cloves of chopped garlic, so I just put 4 teaspoons in there. I'm using spinach, and I'll just wing it and show you how much I use. And then our fresh parsley, it calls for 2 cups of that from the garden. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 2 chicken breasts, boneless chicken breasts, cook them in chicken broth for about 15 minutes. You're gonna bring it to a boil, and then you're gonna reduce the heat. You're gonna turn those over, cook 5 more minutes, take it off the heat and simmer. And this is my homemade broth, so it's a little darker than most broth. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the chicken aside, let it cool, and then cut it into bite-sized pieces. So because our chickens were so huge, we're gonna have a lot more chicken than we need. And then the other thing is, we're not gonna use fettuccine. We're gonna use bow ties, and let's have some fun with this. I'm gonna put my garlic, my heavy whipping cream in the pan and cook it. So I will show you how that. Okay, I had to go back and reread directions. It's 1 sprig of parsley. So I'm going to use the extra parsley and dehydrate that. We're going to mix this together. You salt and pepper this to taste. So let's get this mixed together. Okay, so you're gonna reduce your chicken broth to 1 cup. So I know I have 1 cup in there. And we're gonna add the heavy cream. Mix that in there. 2 cups of that. And then we're gonna put the garlic in that, and we're gonna bring this to a boil. I love garlic. It is so, so good for you. Okay. Let me get my tongs out of there. And let's stir this around. Oh, it looks and smells so good already. So we're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we are going to add 2 tablespoons to our yolk. Now, the yolk, you want to whisk that till it's creamy. 2 yolks. And you're going to add the warm mixture, 2 tablespoons, into the yolks. So we'll get that boiling. I've got the water boiling for the bow ties over there. And okay, our next instructions is not 2 tablespoons, it's 1. So you want to take 1 tablespoon of the warm mixture, and we're going to whisk that in. And we're just going to keep repeating that until we have a 1/2 cup. I need a spoon without holes in it. So. You ever do that? I have. So we're going to do a 1/2 cup minus a tablespoon. You know I'm going to wing it. And we're going to keep repeating that and whisk it in until we've got a 1/2 cup. Yeah, we'll do 2 at a time, right? It's okay. And then we are going to return this to a slight boil with the egg mixture in there, and whisk it constantly so it will thicken. So the eggs help it thicken. All right, we're just gonna, I don't have time for that. We're just gonna do this. And now we're gonna bring this heat back up. And we are gonna pour this egg mixture in, whisking it constantly until it thickens. And it shouldn't take too long to thicken. It almost acts like a gravy. You want to whisk it so it doesn't stick to the pan. So I'll be back when this is thick. Okay, now we're going to put the sprig of parsley in. Let's get that mixed around. Beautiful, beautiful parsley. And I'm going to go ahead at this time and put some spinach in there. This is the spinach I had froze. And you can make this with broccoli as well. So if you like that better than spinach, feel free to do whatever you want. I don't want to put a lot in there though. Just a little bit, because spinach is very potent. And now we are going to put the Parmesan in. And like I said, it's calls for 2 cups. But to me, Parmesan is very strong. So I just use 1 1/3 cups, which, you know, sky's the limit. Do your thing, folks. Cooking is is about improvising and making it yours. To me, that's what it is to me. And I do it all the time. I love to cook. So I make my own creations with my own twists on it. And most of the time it turns out good. So we don't have too much spinach in there. I do think I'm gonna go ahead and add some more parsley. There we go. And now you're gonna just let that sit off the heat for about 5 minutes until it completely thickens. So we're gonna cover it. Let's get it off the heat. Turn the burner off. And I'll show you the next step. All right, here we go. Our sauce is thickened up beautifully. I wish you could smell it. So we're gonna fold some of the bow tie noodles into this. And it calls for about a cup of chicken. And we're gonna fold that into it. Y'all know I just put more than a cup in there, right? And we're gonna fold that into it. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It's so good. Okay. A little bit more bow ties. Spinach stuck on my finger. Oh, wonderful. And you can salt and pepper this to taste. I did pepper it and salt it very lightly. We like to do that after we cook. The pepper I don't mind doing, but salt, everyone has their own taste. Some people can't eat the salt. And, you know, just make it, like I said, make it yours, y'all. Make it how you want it. But I will tell you that this looks fantastic. It's smells so good. So I'm going to use the leftover chicken and pasta for another meal down the road. Well, there you have it. There's my fettuccine, chicken Alfredo, not fettuccine, bow ties. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try it. And get out of your box. Do something different. Make it yours. You know, if you like broccoli, add broccoli. If you want to put carrots in there, add carrots in there. I sort of wish I had. You want to put a tomato in there? Do it. It's okay. There's no rules to cooking. Just do it. I'm going to heat up some sourdough bread, and we're going to have that with our meal. Y'all be blessed and love well. Bye now.